I've just finished listening to Small Worlds by Caleb Azumah Nelson on Audible. It's the first time that I've picked up this author. His debut novel, Open Water, is one I was going to read and I never got around to picking up last year. So I thought, well, this was on Audible, so I thought I'll listen to this one. And on Audible, he actually narrates the story himself. It's a coming of age, I suppose, and we follow Stephen, who's our narrator, as he finishes school, goes to uni, deals with family issues, love and loss. So it's him talking about his story. And he talks a lot about the small worlds that we build for ourselves, the space that exists just for us and for those that we love, and how sometimes these small worlds are all that is important. It's a novel you feel it through your senses as well. It's very rhythmic. He uses language, he uses repetition, so you've got rhythm. He talks a lot about music. Artists, some I know, some I don't. I almost feel as though I need to get a Spotify list to listen to some of these artists that he's referencing through the story. And food. There are so many examples of when he's cooking, his mother's cooking, someone else is cooking, and you can almost hear the food sizzling and smell the spices. It's a very sensual novel almost. He's a musician. He loves to dance, and this is where the music comes in. He plays the trumpet, and he talks a lot about improvising and feeling his way through music, through what he creates. You follow him as he navigates leaving school, his first love, leaving home, loss. And you watch him as he copes with disappointment and grief. And you see the importance of family in his small world. It's a story of a young black man living in London. So you've got references to the Mark Duggan thing a few years ago. You've got the references to what it's like being a young black man in London. And I loved hearing the author telling his story. It added something to it, listening to the author himself, reading it. Whether if I'd have picked up the text and read it, would I have had the same? I don't know. I've not made up my mind yet whether I prefer reading or listening. This is only what I think I've only listened to 7 or 8 now. It's something I'm starting to get into. But I've still not made my mind up which I prefer. I think there is nothing like picking up a book and flicking through it. Particularly if you want to go backwards on something, you can just flick through the pages. And it's a bit more difficult when you're on a Kindle, when you're listening to a book. But there is something about hearing a story as well. Anyway, I digress. That was Small Worlds by Caleb Azumah Nelson. I really enjoyed it, and I love the rhythm and the sensual quality of the writing. So, happy reading. Take care.